Boy, what is it, son?
Ah, my pen. Hi, so I can't remember where I first learned this, but I remember hearing about this old story where, like, at the end of your life, imagine every insect or little critter you've ever killed comes back to haunt you. That's probably me, but with all my unfinished art pieces. My brain has a habit of going on hyperdrive to create cool, fun ideas, but as soon as it hits that 2 to 3 hour mark, it's time to pack up and go, honestly. And last week I had a lot of art block, and so I decided to not draw and just sit with it. And then after sitting with it for 2 hours, I came up with this. And I actually really liked it. And I thought it looked cool as a mural, but I wanted to take it from traditional to digital and color it and see what would happen. So that's what I'm doing here. I just took it into Procreate and started outlining it. And I ended up abandoning this idea of the hair flowing kind of like down with the lines. I thought it was really, really cool, but I wasn't able to execute it and make the hair look realistic or like hair. And I just sketched out this ram horn because I wanted to make this cute, like, fawn looking goat girl. But I'll fix the horn a lot later because I had no idea how to draw horns. But yeah, this was just the preliminary sketch. I always do that when I go into Procreate, and I tend to like my sketches more than I like the finished product. I don't know why that is. It just, is. Since I like this sketch so much, I really wanted to push myself and try to go past the mark of that 2 to 3 hours. I kind of do, I kind of don't. If you count the time it takes to sketch it, then yeah, I'm above the 3 hour mark, but I still think I could have put in maybe a couple more hours into this piece. But honestly, my brain, when I'm satisfied with a piece, I just go, great, let's move on to the next one. It's like better to turn in something than nothing, and the only person I'm trying to impress is myself. So as long as I'm happy with it, I guess that's all that should matter. I don't know why I care. I think it's just because my art doesn't always have like a finished, polished look. But anyways, this is the end of the sketch. And so after I skipped a bunch of it of where I started laying in the colors and blocking it in, but as you can see, I abandoned my idea of the hair kind of flowing down like water and went with this other approach. And this was maybe around like the 1.5 hour mark because it was kind of simple just to lay out these colors. I wasn't really satisfied with how this piece was coming out because I liked the colors I laid out, but it just felt very abstract and like my brain couldn't put together the idea that I wanted to. And that's usually the trouble I have with executing my ideas. And like around this point, I just wanted to...
I can't keep doing this forever.
It's been 20 seconds.
Call it.
But I didn't. I made the ingenious idea to go in the Procreate subreddit and seek some advice. And warning, it's Reddit, so what more can you expect? There weren't many comments, but this one was the longest of them. Wasn't really constructive because the guy was kind of implying that I hadn't really drawn manually before, which is how I got this piece originally, but whatever. This other commenter was actually helpful. I could see what they meant by the eyes not being lined up. And that was kind of it. So I went back to the drawing board, researched some more and found some more references, watched a video on how to render hair better, and took another crack at it. So yeah, this is a little bit later in the piece, and my attention span was dwindling at this point, but I wanted to push through. I've done my fair share of consuming videos to quote unquote help fix your attention span, but it's usually a temporary boost for me. My body feels like I just have to wait for better conditions in order to be productive. And while I do have ADHD and I am in therapy and I've tried the medicine route, I've noticed that the best motivator is just when I'm engaged and have the discipline that week, that day. Because when I do finish pieces, it's really great. I'm really proud of myself, and I try really hard not to judge myself against other skilled artists. But I guess this month the imposter syndrome was kind of getting to me, and so that's why I was trying really, really hard with this piece, which I think is a good thing. I think it's good that I pushed myself to finish it. I don't really have too much more to say. At this point, I was like playing around with anything just to see what would kind of enhance the piece, make it look more cohesive. I definitely like will go back, and I've already started building a playlist on like looking into the foundations, because although that Reddit commenter was kind of ignorant, I always like to practice the fundamentals, and it's something I do want to get better with so I can see more improvement in my art. Last little note, I noticed here and the ear and also the horn had to be fixed. So those were the two major things that I improved, I would say, besides the hair. I stopped recording after this, so I didn't want to show a super fast time through. So here's the final piece.
Oh, this is beautiful.
Total time was 3.5 hours, maybe 4.5 if you count the sketch. And this is just a final run through of me fixing the horn. I thought it looked really good. I tried fixing the lips a couple times. I just decided to forget the ear, and still didn't look like finished enough. So I added a background, and I asked, like, does it look finished enough? And you know what? I'm happy with it. So with that, this is the final drawing. Hope you liked it, and see you in the next one.